Ash, straight after that game, you described it as arguably or probably your best. Do you still feel that way now, looking back over it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I haven't really looked at it yet, but certainly from a complete point of view and having a complete game, I felt like I served really well. I felt like I made a lot of returns, which is always going to be key. And then I think most importantly, I played the big points well. There were still a few games where I really wanted to try and assert myself, and I was able to do that really well today.
I suppose, does it add any pressure when you go out trailing 1-love, or how do you prepare for that sort of scenario?
No, look, for me, it doesn't really change. Obviously, I watched a little bit of Isla's match, and I felt like it was a lot closer than the scoreline suggested, and a little bit of scoreboard pressure early, and maybe that match completely flips on its head. But who knows? But for me, that doesn't change the way that I prepare. Whether we're 1-0 up or 1-0 down, it's still about me doing what I need to do to prepare in a way that gives myself the best chance of winning, which in turn helps the team. So I think that's all of my focus.
She did it out there all pretty effortlessly, or it seemed to be. It never looked flustered, never seemed rushed, despite the potential pressure on a Fed Cup final. Do you put a lot of that down to the change in mindset over the last 18 months, the work that you did with Ben Crowe, or is it more than that?
It's more than that. I think it's obviously Crowe's had a massive impact on my life, but he's also had a massive impact on our whole team. And I think it's very easy to be calm on the side of the court when I've got Alicia reassuring me, and I think keeping things very clear and concise. And I think for me, that's the most important thing. It was about still focusing on the little things and being very, making sure that I was focusing on all the details that I knew that were going to help me in the best chance of winning that match.
Ash, now your take on Kiki tomorrow morning. You obviously would have watched the match earlier today. How are you feeling, and what do you think you've got to do to get the win and get Australia up 2-1?
Yeah, I watched probably 3/4 of that first set against Isla this morning, and I think obviously Isla and I play very different game styles, so it's hard for me to take much from that match in particular. But having played her in Rome earlier this year, I know that she has the weapons to be able to make me uncomfortable. So it's about trying to nullify those as best that I can and bring it back to my tempo of match.
Ash, at the back.
Oh.
When you consider what happened in Rome, can you take anything out of that when you see that this is a different situation, being a team event, different conditions, all that? And the second part to Ali, your thoughts on the two results from today?
Well, I think from my point of view, I take a little bit out of that match, both the pros and the cons, and things that worked, things that didn't, but also understanding that it was a different surface, completely different time of the year, and I feel like I've changed and developed as a person and a player since that match in Rome. And obviously, first and foremost as well, I know that Kiki's most comfortable on clay, but now we're back in hard courts in Australia, so I think I'm really looking forward to it tomorrow to try and turn the tides a little bit.
I guess my part to that question is it's a good position to be in. It's very familiar. It's certainly not unfamiliar throughout this year. In fact, many ties last year we've sat at 1-1 coming into day 2 to Sunday. I was really proud of Isla in the first match playing Fed Cup. I guess so many emotions that run through you. And I think, very much hinged, on the 20-30 minute mark that she had a number of opportunities, missed those. I think it really elevated Kiki's confidence, and maybe Isla's dropped a little bit. And Ash is very used to getting out there when we've had a 1-love deficit. So, we do try and stay very true to the process and the matchups. And what an exciting, I guess, result today for us to win in such an emphatic fashion. It was great tennis. Everyone loved watching it. I know you did. I did as well.